22nd of August 2008, interview of Moin Akhtar at his residence.
लोगों ने तो आया वो जो वाले हैं ना कि सब सारे गलत उलान हो गया है तो मैंने कहा चलने दो एक्चुअली दैट इज मोइन so it has to be MOEEN but most of the people they write MOIN so I have also started signing as MOIN.
That's how you write.
Yeah.
Or Akhtar is of course the same. How do you define your profession?
My profession is the kind of job I do. I am in the business of wit and humor and entertainment, which is supposed to be the most difficult branch of this show business. It is so very easy to make somebody laugh, cry, but it is so very difficult to make somebody laugh. Making somebody laugh, entertaining somebody, you have to pinch his nerve. So for that particular reason, you should be aware of current affairs, you should be aware of happenings around you, and you should have a bird's eye view of your culture and things like that. I can keep on giving the definition of this, but this is a very sensitive business because whatever you say, it becomes a statement. You see, things, what we say is always bitter, but it is always sugar coating. So in that sense, we do a difficult job because you see, we have to wrap up something very bitter into a cover of a sugar. And actually, for people for whom we are talking and we are referring, he gets the essence of that. He takes out that
The point.
the codeine inside that sugar. So I think this is a very, and secondly, you see, you are answerable to a whole generation. You have to be very careful in performing wit and humor. You see, because there is a very thin line between obscenity, vulgarity, and decency.
This is the difference between you and the other comedians, basically.
Well, I would not compare myself with other comedians with a good reason that I don't call myself a comedian because I am an entertainer basically. And what is the qualification of an entertainer? You see, he should sing a bit, he should be able to impersonate people, he should be able to deliver the punchline properly, he should be able to act as well, a little bit of everything. You see, you don't have to be master of one. It is a kind of a job where you can even continue as a jack of all. So you have to be like this.
Yeah. So what is your star?
I'm a Capricorn. Well, that is a different story that I don't believe in these things.
Okay. Date of birth and place of birth?
I was born on 24th December 1950. It's a long time now. I'm 57 years old.
24th December.
G.
Right next to a very great personality is the date of birth?
I am a day junior to Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
I'm that old.
So what was your father's name? What was his?
My father is alive, alhamdulillah. My mother is alive, and alhamdulillah. And I pray for their well-being and their health and their the way they are composing themselves, excellent. And I'm so very privileged and proud, and I'm so very grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for blessing me, my parents. And my father's name is Muhammad Ibrahim, and my mother's name is Saira.
The profession your father followed?
My father was a businessman when he migrated from India, and then as others at the time of migration.
Great, thank you so much. All right, so we were talking about.
Would you mind if I smoke?
No, I didn't.
Out this telephone. Ji, hello. Well,
So we were talking. अब ये तो basic हो गया ना. बाद में फिर वो जैसा था ना कि इंटरव्यू का रंग निकलता है. तो फिर उसके लिहाज से आगे चलेंगे. We go on to how many brothers and sisters आप लोग?
We are three brothers. I'm the eldest one, and one sister. She's the youngest.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, did your father want you to join his profession?
No, the kind of beating and the kind of lashes I have received from my father.
अच्छा.
Oh my God, you have no idea. I ran away from the house.
अच्छा अच्छा. At what age?
This was in 1965, I guess.
अच्छा.
There was a war, 65, during the 65 war, I still remember, I was caught without a ticket at Okada station.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
अच्छा.
तो वो बिल्कुल मैं उनके तशद्दुद से बहुत तंग आ गया था.
और तशद्दुद क्यों हो रहा?
He, today when I'm a father, I can understand his anxiety and his curiosity of knowing things that what I am doing and all. I can understand this now as a father. He wanted me to study, and we were a well-to-do family, yes. And when we migrated, when my father migrated, so he never had any business here. He took up a job here and started working in a printing press as a manager. And then he used to draw a very little amount of salary in those days, which was not it was not humanly possible for him to have supported such a large number of family.
You were three brothers?
So with three brothers, I was the eldest one. So at that early age, and I refused to study because I could see that my father was working very hard, and he used to run from pillar to post to earn an extra money, which he used to by doing a part-time job. And I don't know, I was a brilliant student, and that time I decided not to study. I couldn't study. So I had to jump into a practical life at an early age. And I had this feeling at the back of my mind that I'm the eldest and I should support my family and I should work. This is one excuse. You see, this is not the actual story. This was an excuse. The other thing was that I was not very interested in studying further. Today, when I calculate and measure all my circumstances and all, so I blame myself in return that it was the notorious idea of my mind not to get into studies further. But Alhamdulillah, I do not have any regrets, and I'm a contented man, Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and with the prayers of my mother and father. So then, you see, I used to get a beating from him. And one day he said, "Where were you?" I said, "I was in school." And I was not. So he somehow or the other managed to get to my principal, come into contact with my principal, and he said that he is an absconder. He's not coming to school. So anyway, I was wearing a belt, I still remember, and I was wearing the uniform when I was back. He said, "Where were you?" I said, "I was in school." "All right, show me your textbooks and your copies and everything, and show me what homework do you do." And I'm keen. I was a little cautious at that time, but
How old were you?
today is something very unusual, coming from my father. I brought the books, but there was nothing in the books. I had an excellent memory. I used to memorize things. And just to give a reference, not to impress you, to give you a reference, I did William Shakespeare's play, Merchant of Venice, at the age of 12, 13, when I was in class 8.
Mm-hmm.
So we did Merchant of Venice. And even after 40 years, I still remember the dialogues. It is something like to bathe fish will if it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me, hindered me. 500,000 laughed at my losses, mocked at my gain, scored my nation, thwarted my bargains, schooled my friends, heated my enemies. For the reason I am a Jew, yet not a Jew eyes, yet not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, and passions, fed with the same food, heard with the same ear, subject to the same disease, healed with the same means, warmed and cooled with the same winter and summer as Christian is. So I was very brilliant in memorizing things. And it paid me when I jumped into show business and when I got the fame and prime. It's still at the twilight of my career. You see, so he said, where are your lessons and where are your homeworks and all? And during the conversation, I took out my belt. And then all the senses of mine were alert because I knew that somehow that I'm in trouble. And he started beating me. He lashed me with that belt, and I tell you, it was like an iron bar coming on a cotton. Because you see, I was so delicate a body to bear that kind of torture. But that was the time I decided I can't stay under these circumstances. They are not comfortable with me, I'm not comfortable with them. But today, I regret these things. But I am so very grateful to my mother and my father and my sister, the only sister. My father said he is gone when he came to know that I've left the house with all my belongings, whatever.
So where did you go?
It was in 65, I said.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where did you go?
I went to Lahore.
Okay.
Lahore with a friend of mine.
Parents were in Ukara?
My parents were here in Karachi.
Okay.
In fact, it's a long story. To cut it short, I used to live at West Wharf in the MES quarters, this military engineering services. They used to rent out one room without bringing it into the knowledge of the MES people, which is irregular, but at that time that was the only source of income, the extra money people could make. So we were rented with a one room because my mother was a teacher and she used to teach at Okhai Women Girls High School. My mother is is an educationist by profession. So that place was nearer because she was looking for a place somewhere nearer to her school. So we used to live there, and the neighbor was one of ex-CN. His name was Javed. He is still very known to me and very dear friend of mine. One of his cousins was from Lahore. So I told him, I narrated him the whole story and the pathos and kind of I was all dejected, haggard, tattered. And I said, yeah, I don't want to continue like this. And I am a free man. I feel free. I should feel free. And I should do whatever I feel good. But then that was wrong. And that was the time I made a wrong move. You see? Now when I started playing chess and learning chess, I was in the stages of learning chess. When I learned the chess, playing chess, then I came to know that one wrong move can bring disaster to you. So one wrong move, one wrong decision spoils your whole life. This is the sum up of my career. So anyway, so my father said that he has gone, let him go. Another is a coin with two heads in it, so kind of like that coin doesn't work. My mother was crying. My younger sister, she was full of tears and full of hue and cry that I want my brother back. So it compelled my father to somehow the other. He knew it, that he got the connections, that what was the way I got out of the Karachi. He came to me, he brought me, he didn't say anything. And that was the day he said, he said to my mother, okay, I am not going to interfere into his affair. To me, he's a gone case. He never said that he's dead for me. He said he's a gone case. Ye khota sikka hai. And कहने लगे कि so that was the time he stopped saying anything. And that was the time I started behaving. So I said, now this is too much. Because you see, I couldn't face him. देखते थे ना, the kind of looks. It just, one glance of his used to shake my whole body. Excuse me.
And still you took such a courageous step.
No, then slowly and gradually, one day, he came to know, one of his friends said, yeah, your son is a very talented man. Is a talented man? He is a useless piece of trash. You call him a wonderful man, a talented man? Because he is an actor. An actor. Oh, बेटा थोड़ा सा खा लो मेरा बच्चा क्या आ जाओ आ जाओ आ जाओ
मैं खाना खा के आई।
अरे आ जाओ थोड़ा सा खा लो आइए सर ले ना एक थोड़ा तो जस्ट शेयर अ लिटिल आई फील गुड अचार भी है लो खाओ कोई प्रोटोकॉल नहीं हमारे बर्तन सब इधर उधर हुए हैं सब हाँ बहुत हम बड़ी महाजरों वाली कंडीशन में हैं तो ले बहन ले प्लीज लीजिए
आपने लेना है
हाँ मैं खा लूँगा कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है I have always been like this. I don't know why. I always feel very comfortable and good when I share my food with others. I have a tendency like this. I'm a very good host. Alhamdulillah.
Host at home and host at TV shows.
Both of them.
Yes.
Allah.
That's true.
देखो चाय का कलर बता रहा है बहुत बुरी चाय बनाई है
नहीं बिल्कुल ठीक चलो मैं तो जरा ठंडी पी थी
तो वो अब्बा ने खैर बहरहाल वो तो उस पर बड़े फ्यूरियस हो गए
हाँ
कहने लगे आई वांटेड यू टू स्टडी कहने लगे आई ड्रीम्ड फॉर यू to become someone very intelligent and someone very commanding. So I thought, all right, let's give a try. So I applied for Pakistan Air Force in 1966.
And where were you living in those days?
Who, me?
मतलब आप कराची से घर छोड़ के गए लाहौर
लाहौर नहीं मैं गया हाँ लाहौर वो काड़ा में पकड़े गए वो पुलिस वाला एक
अच्छा।
बड़ा एक कोई खुदा तरस पुलिस वाला था उससे जब मैंने बातचीत की ना अंग्रेजी थोड़ी सी बोल बाल दी तो वही वो इम्प्रेस काइंड ऑफ इम्प्रेस ही सेड आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू कम फ्रॉम अ वेल टू डू अ गुड फैमिली तो कहने लगे बट व्हाई आर यू ट्रैवलिंग विदाउट अ टिकट आई सेड आई डोंट नो आई बॉट अ टिकट दैट वाज अ लाई दैट वाज द लास्ट लाई I lied in my life, alhamdulillah. I don't lie, झूठ नहीं बोलता कोशिश करता हूँ कि झूठ ना बोलूं और इसीलिए जब कोई झूठ बोलता है तो मुझे बहुत गुस्सा आता है If somebody lies, then I'm very ferocious, what do you call it? Like a lion. तो ये सूरत हाल है
मैं तो यहाँ नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन था बेस्ट चाइल्डहुड मेमोरीज तो ये आप किस किस्म की चाइल्डहुड मेमोरी की कैटेगरी में डालेंगे
देखिए
टर्निंग पॉइंट था आई थिंक इट वाज अ टर्निंग पॉइंट इन योर लाइफ डिफाइनिंग
That was a turning point. अच्छा मैंने GDP उसके लिए एग्जाम
अच्छा,
दिया था
अच्छा।
जनरल ड्यूटी पायलट के लिए उसमें आई कुडंट पास आउट तो मैंने सोचा कि एक और ट्राई देता हूँ अगर मैं उस वक्त हो जाता और एयरफोर्स में चला जाता तो आई वुड हैव रिटायर्ड एज अ एयर मार्शल
Air Marshal.
हाँ बिल्कुल
आई एम 58 years old now तो यू मेक एन एयर मार्शल लाइक जैसे जनरल अब्दुल वहीद काकड़ जो चीफ ऑफ द आर्मी स्टाफ थे उन्होंने शो में बुलाया था बहावलपुर में तो मैं गया मैंने कहा जनरल अब्दुल वहीद काकड़ को जनरल मोइन अख्तर का सलाम को बोलो तो मुस्कुराने लगे मैंने कहा सर इन हाउ मेनी years you make a general कहने लगे 34 to 32 years मैंने कहा सर आई एम इन दिस प्रोफेशन फॉर द past 34 years आई एम अ जनरल नाउ तो कहने लगे agreed कहने लगे वी हैव नो सेकंड ओपिनियन अबाउट इट एनीवे फिर देन आई सर आप ये ले ना मैं यहाँ रोटी रख के बैठ गया सॉरी
नहीं इसके बाद
मैं गरम मंगवाता हूँ और रोटी ये बहुत मजे की
बहुत
है।
मजे।
वेरी टेस्टी।
गुलाम नबी रोटी लाते जाओ।
बहुत आला माशाल्लाह।
आपने मुझे दुआएं भेजी,
जी
बहुत शुक्रिया, जज़ाकल्लाह। और मैं उसको मैंने सिखाने रखी है, अब मैं इंशाल्लाह उसको पढ़ूंगा।
आप यकीन कीजिए मुझे उन दुआओं पे इतना वो भरोसा है।
और किसी चीज़ पे भरोसा हो ही नहीं सकता।
बिल्कुल।
मैं तो अल्लाह ताला पे इतना तवक्कुल करने वाला आदमी हूँ। You see, I have come to a conclusion. Nothing happens your way. जिंदगी में जैसा आप चाहते हैं वैसा कुछ नहीं होता। होता वो है जो अल्लाह ताला चाहता है।
बिल्कुल। और वही जानता है कि किस वक्त क्या होना चाहिए।
बेशक अल्लाह ताला को पता है। और एक कुरान शरीफ की आयत है, उसका मफहूम है, तुमको तुम्हारे बनते हुए काम बज़ाहिर बिगड़ते हुए नजर आते हैं, दरअसल उसी में तुम्हारी बेहतरी है। मैंने अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह कई दफ़ा कुरान शरीफ का पूरा तर्जुमा पढ़ा है, एंड आई नो लिटिल मोर अबाउट रिलीजन। ज़ाहिर उसका तो ज़रा नहीं समझ में आता, लेकिन ये पढ़ लिया है सारा कि वो क्या क्या अहकामात हैं, क्या है। हाँ, गरम गरम लेके आओ रोटी वाला हो यार, मज़ा आया। ले सर, क्या वो आटा खत्म हो गया?
आटा खत्म करो ही
तो पकवाओ ना ये, फिर ये रोटी कैसी डिफरेंट है? ये
ये
कैसे?
अभी पकवाई थी, ये थोड़ी पहले पकवाई थी। अभी बाजी चली गई, जा रही थी, वो तैयार होने के लिए गई थी, तो मैंने
कहाँ जा रहे हैं? अच्छा, शादी में जा रहे हैं, तो अभी और रोटी लाओ। गुलाम नबी,
जी जी।
अगर नहीं है तो डबल रोटी ले आओ, सेक के टोस्ट बना के ले आओ। अच्छा, टोस्ट से भी बहुत मजा आता है। आप लेना बहन।
मुझे अपने स्कूल के स्टाफ रूम याद आ रहा है, जहाँ हमारी कोई एक टीचर अपने सुबह खाना घर से दिलाई होती थी,
हाँ,
और वो जूक होती थी, तो हमको 30-35 टीचर्स होती थी और एक रोटी होती थी और एक वो, और वो हम सब पे पूरा पड़ जाता था और सबका पेट भी भर जाता था।
बरकत होती है।
बिल्कुल इतना, और वो जो लुत्फ था ना इकट्ठे खाने का।
आपको पता है,
आपका तो खैर
इतना
माशाल्लाह।
रीचिंग एट सच ए प्राइम, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह। मैं अभी भी जब खाता हूँ, वो कहते हैं यार ये क्या करते हैं, मैं रोटी में कबाब डाल लिया, रोटी से खा रहा हूँ, अचार डाल लिया, इस तरह खाता हूँ। अब मैं और छुरी कांटे से भी बहुत अच्छा खाना आता है मुझे, और इस तरह भी खाता हूँ। बाई नेचर आई एम अ सिंपल मैन। कोई तसन्नो और बनावट नहीं। मैं घर में फटे हुए कपड़े पहना रहता हूँ, मेरी बीवी बच्चे कहते हैं यार अब्बू आप क्या, कोई खुदा के वास्ते थोड़ा यार। I am Moin Akhtar with this clothes, I am Moin Akhtar without this, even I am Moin Akhtar, so it doesn't matter, so कोई फर्क नहीं।
So when did the day dawn when your father recognized you with your
जी,
profession?
when I got into this, फिर उन्होंने जब देखा कि ये ना पढ़ रहा है ना ये कुछ करता है।
और स्कूल में आप ये करते थे एक्टिंग?
नहीं, मैंने कभी बस ये प्ले
अच्छा।
किया था शेक्सपियर का,
अच्छा।
स्कूल के उसमें।
और वो भी कोर्स का ही होगा या?
जी हाँ, तो और I was the general secretary of literary and debating society of my school.
अच्छा।
I was arts and crafts secretary of my school. I was one of the member of the souvenir committee. तो मैं souvenir print होता था।
पर अच्छा।
When I got the boost, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put me on a turbo, and then I never looked back.
ह्यूमर कहाँ से है? Was there humor in your home?
I know something. You know something that I never wanted to become an actor. I never had the ambition of getting into show business. Oh, not at all. दूर दूर कोई शौक नहीं था, मुझे पता ही नहीं था what acting is. You know, when for the first time I appeared in front of camera in 1967
In Lahore.
in Karachi.
अच्छा तब नया।
हाँ, मैं तो आ गया था यहाँ, फिर मैंने 67 से जब शुरू कर दिया तो स्टेज के छोटे छोटे जो, वो भी एक कहानी है that how I started. मेरा एक दोस्त है डॉक्टर नसीम, जिनका अशफाक मेमोरियल हॉस्पिटल है गुलशन।
अच्छा।
ही इज वन ऑफ द मेल गायनोकोलॉजिस्ट। वो मेरा दोस्त था, उससे मिलने गया था मैं उसको ऐसी क्लास टीचर्स की कॉपी सुनाता था, ग्रेगरी पैक किया यार ऐसे बोलता हो। और तुम स्टेज पे सुना, मैंने कहा तुम्हारा दिमाग खराब है, मैंने कहा तो मैं तुमको सुनाता हूँ, मैंने कहा नहीं वो दौड़ा दिया। वो डॉ मेडिकल कॉलेज वाज द प्लेस एंड दैट वाज द टाइम आई गॉट इनटू शो। उस वहाँ से मुझे दूसरे कॉलेज के लड़के आए हुए थे, उन्होंने मुझे 5 रुपए दे दिए, 5 या 10 रुपए। नबी बाग कॉलेज, आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर। तो उन्होंने कहा कि वो आप आ जाइए। तो जब मुझे पैसा मिल गया तो मैंने कहा हो लीजिए और बहुत है।
आपके लिहाज से मेरी बेटी मेरा हाथ नहीं रोक रही।
क्यों?
वरना ये आप-
मैं नहीं खाया कुछ नहीं होता।
अच्छा, so that's when you started this stage hosting.
जी नहीं, I used to do stand-up comedy.
अच्छा,
जी, I used to do one-man show.
copying people. आपका 71 में ज़िया मोहियुद्दीन शो वो कैसे, अच्छा वो मैंने नहीं देखा था। दूसरे दिन स्कूल में मतलब एक धूम मची हुई।
हाँ,
वो कोई मेहदी हसन का आपने कैरेक्टर किया था।
मेहदी हसन का भी किया, ज़िया मोहियुद्दीन का किया।
हाँ,
वो बस वो
and it was a masterpiece.
एक नई चीज थी लोगों के लिए। अच्छा, तो वो लोगों ने अप्रिशिएट करना शुरू कर
बहुत
दिया।
ज़्यादा। अच्छा, ज़िया मोहियुद्दीन शो कहाँ होता था?
ज़िया मोहियुद्दीन शो होता था फ्लीट क्लब में।
अच्छा,
अभी इमेजिन
72,
जी, मुझे ज़िया मोहियुद्दीन ने कहा था, जी आपको मैंने देखा था टीवी पे, वो आप कर रहे थे, व्हाट एल्स कैन यू डू? आई हैड टू स्टैंड एन ऑडिशन फॉर हिज शो एंड टुडे ज़िया साहब रोट एन आर्टिकल ऑन मी न्यूज़ में, और दो वीक उन्होंने लिखा, और उन्होंने लिखा कि कहने लगे कि ही इज मिलियन टाइम बेटर देन रॉन हॉपकिंसन एंड ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला। और इतना उन्होंने 2 हफ्ते मैंने कॉल्ड भाई क्या यार, कहने लगे मोइन ये तो उसकी कैद है अल्फाज की कि 500 वर्ड से ज़्यादा नहीं लिख सकते। कहने लगे अदरवाइज आई वुड हैव रिटन मोर ऑन यू, देयर इज मच मोर देन व्हाट आई हैव रिटन। तो मैं उठा बैठा हमेशा अच्छे लोगों में, in spite of coming from a poor family, a mediocre, middle class family, then poor, then a middle class. I never had any complex. I never suffered from any kind of inferiority complex or a superiority complex. No, I'm a very stable man. I have my mind and my heart. Alhamdulillah, Allah has given me under control. I've never been proud. I'm never proudy, down to earth, humble. And this is what has made me more respectable in my profession. You see, I'm one of those artists in this country who are not famous also. They are respected as well. You see, so Alhamdulillah, I enjoy the respect as well because.
So what is your?
क्या? रोटी क्यों ले लो?
What is
लेना सर, खाएगा? ये खाएगा अचार क्यों?
अभी खा क्या है?
पक्की बात?
आप लीजिएगा बिल्कुल।
अच्छा, मैं तो सब खा जाऊंगा, मुझे बहुत भूख लग रही है क्योंकि मैंने दोपहर का खाना खा के मैं गया था रिकॉर्डिंग में।
मैं असल में इसीलिए आपसे बार-बार ये कह रही थी कि मैं कल आ जाऊँ, इसीलिए कि
नहीं, आपने अच्छा
टाइम
नहीं
ये बेस्ट है, नो डाउट अबाउट इट। तो when fame came to you, so what was your goal of जो आप कह रहे हैं ना कि it never went to your head?
देखा बहन, मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, I never thought of this fame. I was below the line of acting. Because I never had any control on my face, on gestures, feelings, emotions, dialogue delivery and all. I am the one example, and this is the reason I call myself that I am a specially blessed man by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I did not have to do any effort. I never knew a single person in show business. Never, ever. I never knew what a stage play is until I did that Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice. and I played the character of Shylock in it. So that was the time I discovered that yes, this is a stage play. And on top of it, I was decorated with the first prize into that play as an excellent performer, because at the age of 13, performing a character of 80 years of old man. Salman Farooqi, if you know him, he used to be the principal secretary. The last portfolio he held was of a principal secretary to the Prime Minister. He was the chief guest at that time. He gave me the award. And we are on very good terms. Salman Bhai was in America. So he was Deputy Collector Customs at that time. Yeah. Then it was not looking back. I never knew, you know something? People, they dream of things. They have ambitions. They have a target. I never had any ambition. I've never had any target. Honestly speaking, at that time, we were living below the poverty line. It's a very pathetic kind of a story. I don't know, people do not want that phase of their life to be discovered or digged. But I don't mind saying this, I'm proud of it, that I was not born with a silver spoon. We are starting from zero and reaching to this height, alhamdulillah. It is nothing else than the blessings of Allah. I was not, I'm a simple man. I never had these dreams that I want to do this, I must have a bungalow, I must have this. No, no. On the contrary, I was suffering from insanity, kind of insanity in my mind. I was insane. क्या करना है, क्या करूँगा, क्या होगा, कुछ नहीं. But then there was a ray of light from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now this is the way, follow this. मेरी रोजी ऐसी लिखी हुई थी.
So,
It is 40 years now.
as far as I remember, you've done MA in defense.
मैंने तो मैट्रिक भी नहीं किया.
Don't tell me.
कसम से.
अच्छा.
I really, this was the only drawback with me.
अच्छा. So how
The lack of
did you
education.
manage? I mean, like you ran away from your home at the age of
14, 13, 14, 14, huh?
what age?
I was there, no, for 57, I was born in 1950. 50, 60, 10 साल, 65, 15 years. I was 15 years old, yeah.
Now you go and you live alone or how? With whom? आप जब वालिदैन का घर छोड़ा,
जी.
फिर आप कहाँ रहे?
I was not there for a long time. I was there for 4 days.
अच्छा.
हाँ, वो जिसके साथ गया था उसी के घर पे ठहरा था.
अच्छा.
हाँ, उसने अपने अब्बा को ये स्टोरी सुनाई कि there is a poor man, he is a poor boy, and he has to support. He has a dream of supporting his family, so he wants to work. So he has traveled all the way from Karachi with me. So I'll try to get a job for him. जी हाँ, एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर से मिलवा भी दिया. कॉन्ट्रैक्टर ने मुझसे कहा कहने लगे गल सुनो जी तुहानू लिखना पढ़ना आंदा है. मैं कहा आहो. तो कहता है इंग्लिश आंदी है. कहा ਇਹ ਲਿਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ? ਮੈਂ ਕਹਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਰਜਿਸਟਰ ਦਿਆਂਗਾ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੰਮ ਮੈਂ ਦੱਸਾਂਗਾ ਉਹ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ. ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ. ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਕਰ ਦਿਆਂਗਾ.
First day you got your job.
दूसरे दिन
अच्छा.
उनको जानने वाले थे.
Okay.
वो बाप आ गए नींद में जो देखा अब्बा खड़े. मैं आया था मैं खाब देखता हूँ. वो नहीं गेट अप यू नो दैट दिस इज मी. अब्बा ने कहा यू नो दैट दिस इज मी इन रियल गेट अप. कहने लगे तुम्हारी बहन की वजह से आया हूँ अदरवाइज आई हैव लॉस्ट ऑल द इंटरेस्ट. तो कुछ नहीं बोला. वन डे फिर देन व्हेन आई वाज वेरी पॉपुलर I was going for a show in which President Zia was the chief guest.
Okay.
My father said, why are you going? I said, I'm going on a show. President का show है. कहने लगे मैं भी चलता हूँ. मैं भी चलूँ. उनको बिठवा दिया मैंने सेकंड रो में. तो मिलिट्री सेक्रेटरी आया. उन्होंने आके कहा कहने लगे वो एडी कॉम आया. कहने लगे जी वो चीफ वॉन्ट्स यू. चीफ कहते थे उनको. चला गया. मैंने कहा सर, my father is gracing the occasion. मैंने कहा this is for the first time he is coming to the show. So he wants to meet you. कहाँ है? वो सब प्रोटोकॉल वगैरह करके he went to my father. अल्लाह उनको बड़ी रहमत करे. अभी मैं उनकी किताब पढ़ रहा हूँ, एक्सप्लोडिंग मैंगोज. वो पढ़ी आपने?
हाँ, काफी रिसेंट है.
हाँ, उसमें लैंग्वेज बहुत अब्यूसिव है.
अच्छा.
हाँ, बहुत अब्यूसिव. It was written by this man, ex-Air Force. So, Zia Sahab was very fond of me. Very, very. And so was Parvez Musharraf Sahab. जब मुझे सितारा-ए-इम्तियाज दिया, प्रेसिडेंट से मुलाकात हुई. मैंने कहा थैंक यू फॉर दिस ऑनर. मैंने कहा इट केम फ्रॉम योर गुड ऑफिसर्स. कहने लगे यार, यू डोंट हैव टू बी थैंकफुल फॉर दिस. मैंने कहा कि मेरे बस में मैं सब तुम्हें एक अवार्ड इकट्ठे दे दूँ. कहने लगे यू डिजर्व ऑल ऑफ देम. दैट्स व्हाट ही सेड. I have performed for almost all the presidents and prime ministers. Nawaz Sharif, Benazir, Bhutto Sahab, Ayub Khan Sahab, no, not Ayub Khan, Ghulam Isa Khan Sahab, Shaukat Aziz. I have performed for King Hussein of Jordan. I have performed for Gambian President Dawoodi Al-Jabara. You give me a written text. When you tell me the accent you want an American accent, you want a British accent, you want an Australian accent.
ये आपकी बचपन की आदत थी कॉपी करने?
जी नहीं.
हाँ.
एक्सेंट का मुझे अंग्रेजी का बड़ा शौक रहा है. I was kind of very impressed with this language.
अच्छा.
And I'm so grateful to my parents for getting me admitted into English medium school. मैं अगर ग्रेजुएट कर लेता तो I would have been a तूफान, I tell you.
मैं तो पूरी उम्र यही समझती रही कि आपने एमए इंग्लिश की है. आज बेटी को बता रही थी मैं.
No.
अच्छा, so आपकी मैट्रिक was in मैट्रिक भी नहीं किया कंप्लीट. But what was it? Science, arts? आर्ट्स, ह्यूमैनिटीज. ठीक है. अच्छा, फेवरेट कोई टीचर स्कूल डेज में?
All of them, they were my favorite. All of them. They were my guides.
So why didn't
They were my masters.
But you didn't like
They
studying?
were a source of inspiration to my life. My principal Sheikh Mehtabuddin, Fariduddin Mehtabuddin, my vice
एक
principal.
स्कूल में पढ़े?
हाँ,
Throughout?
yeah.
Which was in Karachi?
Metropolis, secondary English high school. And I'm so ashamed to have टूट गया, मैं plaza बन गया.
अच्छा अच्छा.
Destroying educational institutions and constructing plazas. You can well imagine the background of this nation now. बिल्कुल.
So going back to your relationship with your mother.
Yeah.
That was always
Very cordial,
throughout.
very respectable.
In spite of the breaks and all that.
From that time onwards, when I got the fame, since that day till today, I never do anything which my parents doesn't want. मैंने जब पैसा कमाना शुरू किया, the first thing I did, I used to live in a rented house, but I bought my mother a little house. It wasn't a house on the prairie, a little house on the prairie, but it was a good house, and my mother opted to live there with my youngest brother. So, उसके बाद I don't do anything which my mother doesn't want or she doesn't like. Now I'm a very, very farma bardar.
And your father, mother, both are now happy with you.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह. बहुत दुआएं देते हैं.
हाँ जी.
और उनको देखने वाला होता है मेरे अब्बा को जब कोई तारीफ करता है मेरी कहीं किसी जगह, not knowing that he is Moin Akhtar's father.
अच्छा.
So then he comes and always talks to my mother. कहने का अल्लाह ने उसे बहुत इज्जत दी है. तो दुआ करते हैं कि अल्लाह इसके इज्जत में और इजाफा करे। बहुत
So you finally, it's all a happy ending.
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
तो आपके कितने बच्चे हैं? आपकी शादी कब हुई?
मेरी I got married some 36 years back.
माशाल्लाह.
I'm a grandfather and I have 3 daughters and 2 sons. जी हाँ जी।
तो वाइफ से क्या रोमांस था या अरेंज मैरिज?
नहीं, she's my maternal uncle's daughter.
अच्छा
जी
मामू की बेटी.
ये सगे मामू की बेटी।
अच्छा ठीक. So वो तो फिर मतलब फैमिली अरेंजमेंट हो गई ना?
जी।
And your children are all educated, of course, must be.
My elder daughter, she is a graduate. Number 2 daughter, she has done her BSc. All of them are married.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest daughter, she did her high school from America,
अच्छा.
San Scholastica, and now she is in London. She lives there, and she is trying to achieve the degree of this dietitian and nutrition. जी. My wife is in London.
अच्छा.
She is flying tonight.
Oh.
अरे बल्कि मैं भूल ही गया फोन करना. That's 9 o'clock is the flight. अभी सुबह आएंगे इंशाल्लाह.
अच्छा.
जी. वो बहुत, she is totally if I'm a North Pole, she is a South Pole.
अच्छा.
हाँ. And they repel, they don't attract each other. वो है ना उसकी मैग्नेटिक,
हाँ.
उसकी वो ऑपोजिट पोल्स जो हैं वो दे
Attract.
हाँ अट्रैक्ट एंड द सेम पोल्स दे रिपेल. जी हाँ.
तो she is a devoted homemaker. आपके erratic timings.
मैं उल्टी बात कहेगा, हम दोनों अलग हैं, बिल्कुल अलग हैं. We are two different people.
अच्छा.
Very pious woman.
हाँ.
Very humble, very self-centered.
अच्छा.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are happy with the way she manages everything, so you can.
She doesn't manage, I manage everything.
अच्छा. Okay.
No,
Okay.
वो कुछ, what I say that stands final. I say, but what she says that stands final too.
Okay.
It's not a one-way traffic.
Right.
It's a dual carriageway. What I say sometimes that stands final. What she says sometimes that stands final.
That's how it is, I suppose.
Indeed.
That's true. So, who introduced you to the television world?
There was one very good human being and a very good actress, film actress, Santosh Russel. I don't know if you've heard of her.
No. Santosh Russel.
One time a very known actress of film world,
Achha.
and she was a personality of silver screen. Santosh Russel. She said, Moin, I've seen you doing one-man show, doing stand-up comedy. Why don't you do on television? I don't know anybody on TV. She said, come tomorrow. I'll introduce you to one of a very talented director. His name is Sayyid Amir Imam. The gentleman who came with an agreement, he was an assistant to Sayyid Amir Imam. That was the first play I did, and she introduced me to Sayyid Amir Imam, and the amount of abuses I got from Mr. Amir Imam.
This was the.
I was, what do you call it? How do I express that moment? I would not certainly find suitable words to express my feeling. I was so dejected, and I was like, it was a kind of a suicide I did. Because you see, I'll tell you the background. Why so? You see, I used to do Karachi TV. I used to do impersonations of these actors. I never, as I told you, I never had any practical experience of acting and all. So when I did that play, when I was on the set, at times I was doing Muhammad Ali, sometimes all of a sudden after 2 lines I used to become Wahid Marad, because that was a job I was not aware of. He started yelling from the recording panel upstairs. It's a kind of a showcase between the producer and the studio. He said, I know Muhammad Ali Sahab. If I want to cast him, I will get him by myself. I know Wahid Marad. If I want him to work in my play, I'll get him. I want you to be yourself. Qazi Wajid was an eyewitness to this. And I was so embarrassed. I was pale and I was all, the way I'm telling you exactly, this was the feeling at that time, that what should I do? Where should I get out of? How should I get out? And why not this